Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the great Fred Dreyer. All right, so we lost our light bulb deal. Like, apparently the GOP, the Republicans, could not get the repeal of the those incandescent light bulbs. Come January of next year, you're not going to be able to get them. Not that they've outlawed the light bulbs. They just made the restrictions. They've said every light bulb has to have a certain type of quality to it, and these incandescent bulbs can't have that quality. They burn too much energy or something, and so they're going to be outlawed. You're not going to be able to get them.
Yeah, so you have to buy $5, electric light bulbs that have filled with mercury, and then if you drop it in your house, you got to bring in the hazmat guys.
The hazmat guys come in. That's very true, yeah. and they're made in China.
Of course. They couldn't be way here because they won't unionize.
Right, and the whole thing is in China, don't they always have problems with metal in their food or whatever? There's always impurities of every kind. We're buying the light bulbs.
No, you'll wind up killing families. They don't care.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't know you had
Got it for you. There you go, just to kind of sting those deals. And then one other thing we should mention about, and this story just out in the newspaper today, apparently there is a report in the medical journal somewhere saying that parents of extremely obese children should lose custody of their kids for not controlling their kids' weight. What do you think about that?
No.
Is this another government regulation that they're going to not tell you can't have your
It's Hillary Clinton. It takes a village, and whether you like it or not, they're going to raise your children, and you're the middleman, and you're out.
It's your kid, but you're the middleman.
Yeah,
you're the middleman. You're out of it. You're gone. All right, what's on your mind this week on the show?
No, well, listen, this is an ongoing problem, and it will be until we elect a president or a new one.
Wait a minute. And elect a president or a new one.
Yeah. And
somebody that can lead, right?
Here's the real topic of the day.
Yes.
We already know what Obama's business model is. It is anti-constitution. It is reparations, racial reparations. And the only way to do that is to take money from the wealth of this country and redistribute it to the poor, bottom up. Kill incentive, kill the banking system, kill the middle class, and destroy the private sector market of free enterprise. This is a business model. That's why I said, I think it was last week or the week before, that Mohammed Atta is really your president. He's the guy who is a terrorist. He's here specifically to drive this model home. He proved it for the last 2 years when he told Republicans, sit in the back of the bus, and we're going to drive the boat. And America said, just a second, we're not going to go there. And they overturned it, and they gave the House back to the Republicans.
This whole Tea Party thing, it's a big, you don't hear much about the Tea Party.
It was a mandate, America's mandate. It was America's mandate. They put 17 new governors in, and they decided, we're going to take our country back. We do not want this system, this fascist system. Now, all that being true, all that being said, what else is true and painful is that you're now relying on the Republican Party, which is not the Tea Party. It's only some of the Republican Party.
You actually have the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, and there really is there's going to be a separate Tea Party.
Well, there can't be this time. You have to unite and get this guy out and put someone in, and then you can start to slowly turn this thing around to where you move the Republican Party back across the center.
The Tea Party being kind of the conservative party, right?
Yeah, that's a constitutional party. Those are the people who understand what this country is. And it's very simple to combat. And this Mitch McConnell and this John Boehner and all these people in the Republican Party, the neocons, refuse to talk to the American people the correct way by simply saying, here's what's happened. You elected a guy who believes in Western Indo-European politics.
Kind of one world government.
You elected a globalist,
yes,
who's deconstructing America. What you're having now is you're being served up and sold politics of the left out of Europe. You're now inheriting and now being told we're going to put you on the same track as Greece.
What's going on in Greece is they got all the rioting going on because
you've got 10 million people in Greece, 4 million work for the government, 4 million people are in the street because they've been told there's no more money, and they're pissed off about it. They're upset about it. They won't take no for an answer. They would rather have the country collapse than have to give up or go back to work for another 10 years or to pay their own way in their retirement, their 401k, like everybody else did.
Which is what they're saying is going to be happening here. Is that, the
this is
retirement
it.
system is bankrupt, the Social Security
You don't
system
have
is going to be bankrupt.
not one Republican individual is speaking to the American people. All you got to do is stand up in front of the camera every day at 2 o'clock DC time and talk to YouTube and talk to the internet and simply explain to the people, this is what's going on. This is what the mistake we made. Here's what we have to do. Here's what we need to do it. And here's the names of the people that we've got to get rid of in order to do it. And here's the business model that we need to get rid of this guy and to turn the country back around again. And there's not one Republican willing to do that.
But there's a lot of people running, though, Fred Dreyer. There's a lot of candidates out there.
And none of them understand.
None of them are saying
None of them understand how to talk to the American people. I don't know what they're going to do. What are they going to talk about? Lowering taxes? If I hear another Republican say, we're going to lower your taxes and get people working again, what does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean
anymore.
anything.
We've heard it so many
It doesn't mean
times.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like saying, the car doesn't work, but you know what? We're going to give you a better paint job and we're going to align your front end.
But the car still won't
But
start.
the car still doesn't run.
Yeah.
And so Obama has sold America on the simple fact. This is simple, really. We're going to put a Volkswagen Fender on a Corvette, and not only is that the way it should have been from the very beginning, it looks good. And he's got America believing it.
People are believing it.
And he's got America believing it.
Volkswagen.
This guy
Corvette,
is such a communist and is such a bad guy and incompetent, unable to write a check to anybody. He can cash them, but he can't write a check to anybody. He's never run a business. He has no idea what the private sector is, and he doesn't care. All he cares about is, I'm going to tax. I'm going to spend. I'm going to grow government. I'm going to grow government so great that you'll never be able to deconstruct it. Because you do know this. There's no sunset clauses at all in government. You don't say, well, okay, we're going to raise taxes for 5 years, and then at the end of 5 years, we're going to tear it all down and start all over again. They don't do that. Once you establish a government department and hire people, it's there forever.
Yeah. Have we ever heard one time about a part of the government they've shut down? Somebody they've shut down or closed down? You never. No. It's always like new. No. There's Homeland Security. There's this. There's that. It's always going to be there.
What you have to have very soon. Rick Santorum's close. But you have to have someone standing up and saying, here's the departments I'm going to get rid of when I become president, and start going down the checklist.
People would vote for a guy that says that.
You bet. But here it is. You've got this guy Boehner and this other guy,
Speaker,
McConnell.
Yeah, and McConnell.
Who are choking because they refuse to stand up to the Democrats, who, by the way, are just hoping that these guys blow it, because if they blow it, the guy's getting reelected.
Then he's going to be reelected.
Yeah, and you and I can do this show offshore somewhere in a boat.
That's where we're going with the show if that happens. Fred Dreyer, ladies and gentlemen. Straight ahead, we continue. PM show with Fred Dreyer on CRN Digital Talk Radio. 800-336-2225. You calling about the topic, we'll take the call.